Okay, so guess what's about to go down? You are not ready for this. Prince Harry and Prince William, yep, those two, are about to end up under the same roof again. And no, it's not because they suddenly decided to patch things up over a pint. Oh no, this reunion is being forced. And the reason? A wedding. But wait, it's not just any wedding. This is Peter Phillips's big day. Yes, that Peter Phillips, Princess Anne's son, the one who's usually so low-key and drama-free he barely makes headlines, he's marrying a nurse named Harriet Spurling. Sweet, right? Well, it would be if the guest list wasn't basically a ticking time bomb. Peter, bless him, did everything by the royal book. He told William, gave King Charles the heads up, even let Queen Camilla know before going public. You know, proper family etiquette. But guess whose name wasn't on that private, before you hear it in the press list? Harry. Not even a polite text. Nothing. At this point, no one's checking in with Harry. Not even Peter, who, once upon a time, was close to both brothers. And honestly, this isn't just a snub. It's a message. Let's not forget, Harry and William basically grew up with Peter and his sister Zara. They were a little royal squad, causing harmless trouble, sharing inside jokes, getting used to the endless cameras. But all that history, completely demolished. Oprah interviews, Netflix deals, a tell-all memoir that could power Buckingham Palace's shade for a decade. And now, here we are, both brothers invited to the same event again. Can you even imagine? Will it be a frosty handshake on the church steps? A full-on, I'm ignoring you standoff? Maybe a dance floor face-off? Whatever happens, one thing's certain, it's going to be painfully awkward. Last time they were in the same room, a year ago at a memorial service. No hugs, no words, not even a glance. Just sitting apart, like complete strangers. It was actually heartbreaking to see. But here's the thing. This wedding could be the unavoidable showdown. And Harry? He's definitely going. His pride won't let him skip it, especially after the sting of being left out of Hugh Grosvenor's wedding. Yes, the Duke of Westminster, one of the richest men in the UK and a mutual friend to both brothers. William wasn't just invited, he was an usher, and now he's the godfather to Hugh's daughter. Harry, totally iced out. That snub hurt. Bad. So this time, Harry wants to be there. He wants people to see him, to remind everyone, and himself, that he's still part of the royal tapestry, even if those threads are hanging by one last fiber. The problem? This isn't some casual family catch-up. It's years of bad blood compressed into one room. Every reunion since Harry moved to Montecito has been frosty, to say the least. At the Jubilee, nothing. Diana statue unveiling, barely a nod. Queen's funeral, stone-cold silence. And it's not just awkward anymore. It's tense, heavy, like both of them are carrying grudges that could sink a ship. William is done. After Harry's book, the Oprah interview, and those digs at Kate, the trust is gone, shattered. Harry, still clinging to the idea he's the wronged one, still showing up to royal events in perfect suits, still wanting the prestige, just without the responsibility. The irony? He says he left to protect his family from the toxicity of royal life. But every move since has screamed ego. So here we are, Peter's wedding on the horizon, two brothers, one event, zero chance of a warm reunion, and honestly, Peter's vows? Cute and all, but let's be real. Everyone's tuning in to see this. Will William throw side-eye across the champagne table? Will Harry awkwardly try for a handshake? Behind the smiles and floral arrangements, this isn't a wedding. It's emotional warfare in designer suits. Picture it, countryside venue, champagne glasses clinking, string quartet in the corner. Harry walks in, maybe with Meghan, maybe without, but the moment he steps through that door, you could cut the tension with a butter knife. William sees him. His jaw tightens before the cake is even cut. And here's the kicker. It's not about one fight or one interview. It's betrayal stacked on betrayal. Trust broken one media deal at a time. William isn't just angry, he's disappointed. And that's worse. Because this isn't healing with time. It's not a one-hug-fixes-it kind of problem. It needs accountability, a real apology. And let's be honest, nobody's holding their breath for that. Harry left, but it's like the palace still lives rent-free in his head. He flies back for events, smiles for the press, then looks shocked when he gets the cold shoulder. Like, what did he expect? You can't set fire to the family tree and then ask for a picnic under it. Meanwhile, this whole mess is exhausting for everyone else. King Charles, battling his own health issues, is stuck in the middle, juggling this family feud like some tragic Shakespeare character. Queen Camilla's running interference, Kate's trying to quietly recover without getting dragged into another round of Netflix drama. And here's where it gets political. Every move is dissected, every smile, every snub, it's all headlines. William gets this. He was trained for it. Harry, always the wild card, the spare, who could get away with breaking rules until he broke too many. The tide's turning, though. Public sympathy is fading for Harry. Slowly but surely, people are leaning toward William, because loyalty, discipline, and quiet dignity always win in the long run. William's building a king's legacy. Harry, making headlines for podcasts and paparazzi strolls. And this wedding? It's the fork in the road. Either Harry swallows his pride and tries to fix the wreckage, or William closes that door forever. No more middle ground. Too much has been said. Too many lines crossed. When they come face to face, no amount of fake smiles will hide the truth. Now, let's not pretend Meghan Markle isn't part of this storm, because whether she shows up at that wedding or not, she's the giant, invisible elephant in the room. The moment her name comes up in any royal conversation, the temperature drops. Fair or not, the family sees her as the spark that lit the fuse. And if Harry actually wants to rebuild anything with William, that's a wound he's going to have to deal with. But here's the problem. Harry has never once shown he's willing to own his part in all of this without adding a but at the end of every sentence. He doesn't need to throw Meghan under the bus, but he does need to acknowledge the damage. Without that, nothing changes. Some insiders whisper that the only way back for Harry would be to walk away from everything. The lucrative media deals, the documentaries, maybe even the marriage. Brutal, I know. But royal life isn't about getting everything you want. It's about sacrifice. William knows this better than anyone. He's given up his privacy, his comfort, his freedom to speak freely, all because that's the price of duty. Harry? He wanted out, and he got it. But now he's trying to live like a royal when it suits him, and cry betrayal when the royal side of life bites back. And here's where it gets dangerous for Harry. The misunderstood prince act plays well in California. The sunshine, the interviews, the look at me, I've broken free narrative. But in Kensington, in the royal circle, that's over. That ship has sailed. And William? He's not standing on the dock waiting for it to come back. If Harry keeps doing the bare minimum to stay in the headlines, William will make the decision for both of them. He'll close that door, not out of spite, but to protect his family. Kate's recovering. The kids are growing up. The crown is creeping closer every day. William simply can't afford to let his brother's chaos keep spilling into his life. People forget. William didn't want this feud. He's not a drama magnet. He's steady, stubborn, private. All he ever wanted was peace and maybe a bit of distance. But you can't get peace when every family event is turned into a tabloid front page. It's wild to think. If life had gone differently, these two could have had a blast together as adults. Just two brothers raising their kids, ribbing each other over a pint, trash talking at polo matches. That version of their future? Gone. What's left now is a choice. And Harry's the only one who can make it. He can step back from the noise, he can apologize, for real. Not in front of cameras, not in some carefully scripted PR moment, but face-to-face, one-on-one. No Netflix contracts lurking in the background. No ghostwriters polishing his words. Just two brothers, a quiet room, and a conversation that should have happened years ago. If he does that, if he shows through actions, not headlines, that he wants to fix this, it might not fix everything, but it could be a start. But if he doesn't, if he keeps playing the role, keeps popping up just enough to stay relevant, keeps expecting royal treatment without royal responsibility, then one day, long after the press has moved on, Harry's going to realize something awful. He didn't just lose his title. He didn't just lose his place in the firm. He lost the one person who knew him best, and by then, it'll be too late. Now imagine this. Wedding day arrives. The countryside venue is picture perfect. Harriet's walking down the aisle, Peter's grinning, the guests are misty-eyed, but every camera lens is itching to swivel toward the brothers. Harry shows up. Meghan on his arm, or maybe walking in solo. Both scenarios equally explosive. William's already inside, surrounded by his inner circle. The moment their eyes meet, it's a split second that feels like forever. Do they nod? Do they smile? Do they look away? Whatever they do will be dissected 1,000 ways before the champagne is even poured. The speeches start, the cake gets cut, laughter fills the room. But behind every polite laugh, behind every clink of a glass, there's this invisible electric line running between the two of them. One wrong word, one misread look, and the tension could snap in public. And that's the danger. This isn't just a wedding. This is a live stage for one of the most complicated family feuds in modern royal history. If they talk, it could get messy. No sugarcoating, no let's agree to disagree. This would be a conversation years in the making. Raw, unfiltered, maybe even ugly. But it could also be the first stitch in a torn relationship. If they don't talk, then Peter's wedding goes down not for its romance, but as the day Harry and William's silence was sealed. Maybe for good. And honestly, the sad truth is, neither of them seems ready to be the bigger man. William's exhausted from years of damage control. Harry's too busy living in a narrative where he's always the wronged party. And the clock is ticking. So while Peter and Harriet are celebrating their happily ever after, the rest of us will be watching from the sidelines, wondering, was this the royal reunion that started healing? Or the one that slammed the door shut forever? Because once that door's closed, there's no opening it again.